Make sure you take off. Ready to Joe. How much time do I have on your 1.5 hours?
You haven't edited it yet, but any idea what? How long?
I'll probably be on the screen for maybe about a total of 15, 20 minutes.
That long?
Maybe, depending on how it comes out.
If you want to sell it, you ought to have me on for an hour. Okay, we going in?
Sure.
You want to interview me? Do you want to see some of the tents too and inmates?
Yes.
Talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I've only done 2,000 of these
I know.
all over the world. In fact, I think I'll be a producer when I leave, right? I can produce all these shows.
You remind me of my manager.
Who's that?
My manager, Gary Stamler. I don't know, he manages a lot of bands.
So you have a private, is this a private company you're in?
Yes.
Out of Texas. Great, great place.
And Hollywood.
Oh. Hi.
Between Austin and Hollywood.
Don't touch that.
Yeah,
It's electric, you'll die.
Oh, okay.
We don't screw around here. This isn't Texas. Hi. How come it's so clean around here? Huh?
They're in the process of changing the rock out in the yard.
They are? What are they going to put here? Colored rocks? Pink? What are you putting in
They're
here?
going back to the smaller rock, sure. The less, the less
Why do you make them pink?
we could probably do that, sir.
We can get any color?
I think it's all just standard brown.
Throw some pink dye on it.
Okay, can we just start with you just like telling me your name and who you are?
I got to tell you in front of these guys, they don't know who I am. Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County, Arizona Sheriff.
And why are you known for being America's toughest sheriff?
In front of these guys? Why don't you interview me over here?
Okay.
The reason I'm the toughest because see these guys, right?
Yep.
Pink, where's your pink underwear?
I got them.
Let's see them. How come they're fading?
They don't got no new ones for me. I asked Mr. Arpaio, they just don't got them.
How long you been in here?
Just about a month.
For what?
Probation violation.
What's the original charge?
Theft charge.
Theft. You want to go through the tents to see these guys?
Yeah.
This is a drug story, right?
Yes, yes.
So what we got to do is hit them on drugs. I would almost bet half of these guys are here for drugs. So let's go through here. This is the largest tent city in the United States, probably in the world. What do you got here?
What I need is like
What? You see this? They can only mail postcards. Did away with their envelopes. And on a postcard, that's me. We put the inmates in the dogs in the air-conditioned jail, and these guys are in the hot tents. It says that while inmates live in a hot desert tent city, rescue dogs live in air-conditioning comfort, right? Let me sign this?
Yes, sir, please.
Everywhere I go, I sign these things for these guys. Okay.
All right, what's your philosophy about the drug war?
You have to do it in. Why don't we get together?
Right,
I want to.
Okay.
You want to talk? Let's talk. Any of you guys here for drugs? What? Drugs. Anybody use drugs?
He does?
No. Sure.
All right.
Let's just okay.
All right. Let's go do this thing.
I'm gonna dump a load of gravel right here.
They are?
Hey, Joe.
You guys.
Yeah.
Any signatures today?
Not really, but
Right on. I'm part of your rock crew, sir.
you fixing a rock?
Yes, sir. I'm a mash program.
Hey, are you eating our food? Huh?
Yeah.
Our meals are 15 cents. You know that? 15 cents our meals. And look, are you losing weight?
A little bit.
You ought to be happy what I do for you guys.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Huh?
Here you go, Joe.
Hello from sunny Arizona. I'm in the tourism business. See this?
Yeah.
Huh?
This is a good one here, though.
No, I like this one the best.
Crime never pays. Pink underwear, vacancy, it shines up there all the time. Up there.
Is it true Howard Stern wants $2 million for it?
What?
They'll give you $2 million for that sign.
$2 million? Who will?
I heard it was
Howard
one
Stern.
man.
Howard Stern? Where'd you hear that?
On the radio.
One of these?
You heard Howard Stern?
Every morning almost. Before I go to work.
Yeah, that's what they
Did
said.
it mention me?
Yeah, he mentioned he wants your sign.
Did he mention my name?
Joe Arpaio.
Howard Stern mentioned me?
Yep. You're famous.
Must have been X-rated.
You're famous. He wants your sign.
He wants the sign?
That's what I'm saying.
Call him, tell him I'll give it to him.
I can't believe you haven't heard that yet.
No, when was this?
I don't know. Somebody told
I don't
me about
listen
a month
to
ago.
Howard Stern.
Funny guy. You're a funny guy. Yeah, Joe, you're a popular guy with Stearns.
Really?
Yeah, you're popular.
How come I never get on his show? It's the only show I haven't been on.
You got to take your clothes off to
thank
get on
you.
his show.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got to take your clothes off.
Got the one on the chain gang too. I just
Half
got
of
that
I
one.
never heard of that.
Yeah. He said it.
$2 million for the vacancy sign?
Yeah, it was a radio show.
Oh, I think he wants the
Thank you.
tower with it though.
Oh. You guys doing okay?
Trying to get high. You got that for sure?
Wait till the summer. Okay, you got a question?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
How you doing, Sheriff?
Officer?
Yeah, I correct myself on that.
I'm the sheriff.
Start off with your philosophy about the drug war.
The drug war. I spent 32 years fighting drugs around the world. I was a director in Mexico, South America, had offices in Panama, worked with General Noriega, had offices in Argentina. I was the only federal in the Middle East. Now we have armies out there. My job in Turkey, I lived in Turkey, was to stop the French Connection. And we did stop the French Connection when I was a director in Mexico. We arrested the top guy in Asuncion. Record, French Connection, international. Top guy came from France to live in South America to evade law enforcement.
What's your opinion about the whole Oliver North scandal that took place back during the Reagan years?
Well, I worked under Reagan when I was the regional director in Mexico and South America. I didn't get too involved in that situation, but I will tell you, even today, we have terrorists. But going back to those days, a lot of the money from drug trafficking was given to people who wanted to overthrow governments. So even in those days, the drug proceeds went into revolution. Happening today too.
What's your take about the whole thing about what happened in South Central LA? Do you believe that they were purposely bringing drugs into South Central LA? Did you ever hear of a book called Dark Alliance by Gary? No. Okay, that's fine. Where do you draw the line then between the dealer and the user?
The dealer and the user. Good question. My philosophy is put the dope peddlers in jail and rehabilitate and try to educate the users. That's why we got the best drug prevention program in the United States in a jail. We graduated 2,000 men and women after a 6-month rehabilitation, and only 15% have come back. Recidivism is usually 60-70% come back. When you look at 2 million people in prisons and jails across the nation, about 60% are in there for drugs or drug-related crime.
I mean, I read in Arizona you can get up to 6 months for even less, or even just a joint. Is that true?
Nobody's here for any joint. That's a guard. Nobody is here for one joint. I will guarantee you, you're not here for one marijuana cigarette, because the law says you have to do it at least 3 times. At least 3 times to even be prosecuted. So you are not here. You're the one that said that? Who said that? You did.
That was here for just a
No, you said it. Now, you are lying. You are not here from one marijuana cigarette. What's your name?
I'm here for a couple more.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So that this is garbage, and you shouldn't lie to the sheriff. You should not lie.
Who's here for?
Yeah, you may be here for 10 tons of marijuana, but you're not here for a marijuana cigarette. In this state, they have a law that you have to be busted 3 times before you go to jail.
We'll talk about some of the drug offenders that come through here. What are some of the rare cases and what are some of the common cases?
Yeah.
Well, methamphetamine is the biggest problem that we have. If you talk to these guys, I'm sure many of them will say they were high on meth, they're here for meth, laboratories and that type of thing, or cocaine. Heroin is increasing. I just stopped. You guys going to keep quiet, or I have to go do this over again?
Go ahead. Carry on.
We just busted a heroin ring in the affluent part of this county, Scottsdale, Arizona, where we arrested 14 illegals from Mexico that came here to target high schools. So we arrested 14 people targeting high schools, selling heroin to the young people. Now, I spent 50 years ago, I was a young federal narcotics agent in Chicago. In those days, you would see all the publicity, the guy in a black suit hanging around high schools, giving heroin to the kids to hook them so they could make money. I never thought 50 years later I would see in the affluent area 14 dope peddlers that we caught so far came here from Mexico with heroin to target the rich kids in these high schools.
Well, tell me what you think about like how drugs are categorized. I mean, do you think marijuana belongs in the same categories with heroin?
I have my own priorities. I always have. Is go after the heroin dealers first. We have a big methamphetamine problem right here. You can't blame Mexico for methamphetamine when we seize 50 laboratories right here in this county.
Well, don't you think the drug war could be kind of held responsible for the fact that meth has become so popular, the fact that it's harder to get cocaine into the United States because of the drug war, now we're giving a rise to synthetic drugs?
No. These guys will use any drug they can get. That has no bearing on it. Whether it's heroin or cocaine, they'll take what they can. Look at our young people. They're switching to heroin now. Switching to heroin.
Can I ask them, who would rather do cocaine or speed?
Tweak.
Speed.
Speed.
I'd rather tweak.
You guys do speed? Okay, wait a minute. Didn't I say that a lot of these guys would be here for drugs? Are you guys here for drugs?
Yep. Not drugs.
I'm not here for drugs.
I'm here for Why do you think crystal meth has become so popular? What is it about crystal meth?
Methamphetamine is easily made. You can make it anywhere, in a motel room, in a car. That's one reason. And it just seems to be the drug of choice. But the problem with the U.S. government is this. I've said this in my 50 years fighting the drug traffic. If meth is the big thing today, everybody goes after the meth, the law enforcement, but they forget the heroin. A few years ago, it was crack cocaine. Everybody went after the crack cocaine. They forget the heroin. Now, with all the publicity that I initiated because of this recent arrest, now everybody's going to be talking about heroin. To solve the problem, you have to hit it on all angles. You can't just do one and forget the other. You got to keep enforcing the law on all different types of drugs. On the other hand, marijuana, as far as I'm concerned, you only have so many law enforcement people. You have priorities. I would rather go after the heroin than the marijuana.
Heroin makes you nod and get in traffic accidents. Marijuana makes you sit on your couch, and speed puts you in the fast lane.
That's your opinion.
That's what
Do you think the drug war is working? Do you think it'll ever be won?
Well, I'm very optimistic. I never have a defeatist attitude. This is the greatest country in the world. And you used the wrong war. You used the wrong word. You said war. If this is a war, we would have solved the war and won the war. This is the greatest country in the world. When we go to win a war, we win it. So I don't think it's a war. It's not a war, because we do win our wars. But we have to put top priority. It has to emanate from the President of the United States. That's why Nixon was the greatest president that we had regarding the war. He made it the top priority overseas, and I was over there. Top priority was stop the drugs from being manufactured, smuggled into the United States. Crack down on Turkey, where I was at, catch the Corsicans in Marseille, France, all the secret labs, and get good judges and break up the mafia, which used to control the drug traffic in New York, Chicago. The Italian mafia controlled the international drug traffic known as the French Connection.
Well, wouldn't some people argue, though, that there's more drugs today than there were back even in the Nixon era?
Well, when you have, back in those days, you didn't have 300 million people living in the United States. Now we have, I would almost guess, 100 million more. The more people you have, the more chance you have of people using drugs. We live in a different society. We have high tech. We have everything's on television, on computers. Our young kids get an education. Sometimes it's not a good education. We have all these music, the songs, throwing drugs in it. We live in a different environment today than we did 50 years ago.
Well, what about countries like Amsterdam, where they have not so much legalized, but they've decriminalized, and they claim that it's helped crime and that it's helped addiction?
Amsterdam, when I've been there, you have to cross over bodies lying on the street because they're high on drugs. They're just lying on the corner. You have to jump over them when you want to go somewhere. Amsterdam is not legal, it's semi-legal. When you go into a coffee house, you can smoke a couple of marijuana cigarettes or hashish, but it's still against the law to sell it and to have large quantities. But it doesn't work. The English system has never worked. You should never legalize drugs. On the other hand, it is kind of legalized if you don't go after everybody that uses the drugs. The reason where the law enforcement is the jury, the judge, the prosecutor. Example, my own experience. You got an informer. You gonna keep quiet? I'm telling these guys to shut their mouth, or I'll go somewhere else to do it. The reason. And they're learning a few secrets. I hate to give away my secrets here. But if an informer, you guys know what an informer is? Yes, sir. If an informer walks into my office and says, I have 10 pounds of marijuana here and 5 pounds of cocaine, but if I can only do one, because if I make one, I can't do the other, I make the decision. Which one am I going after? Am I going after the cocaine? Am I going after the marijuana? I decided to go after the cocaine. So that guy got a pass, didn't he? I decided not to go after the guy with the 10 pounds of marijuana. So that's the criminal justice system. You should be honest with it and tell it like it is, which I'm telling you. I think I have a little experience on it.
I know you probably don't, I'll let you say that, but I have former Governor Gary Johnson's in this film.
Who's he? What?
He was the governor of New Mexico, trying to legalize drugs for 8 years.
Oh yeah, that's why he's not the governor anymore.
Well, he was 8 years. But what do you think about him? And what do you think would happen to America if drugs were legal?
Well, that guy. In fact, if I knew he was going to be on your camera, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you, because that's a defeatist attitude. This guy. That's right, New Mexico. You should never have a defeatist attitude and give up because you say you can't solve a problem. So let's give up on bank robberies and let's make everything legal. No, you try to do the best you can. The only problem is nothing has changed. 50 years ago, when I was a young federal narcotics agent in Chicago, they always said, how much stuff comes across the border that you seize? 50 years ago, 10%. Today, they'll tell you the same thing. We seize 10%. How do you stop the drug traffic? Rehabilitation, education, and put all the dope peddlers in jail forever. Today, how do you do it? Education, rehabilitation, and put all the dope peddlers in jail. So in 50 years, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. But you should never surrender. Come up with some new ideas.
What's your opinions about medical marijuana?
Well, that's a tough one. Tough one. If it's well controlled, issued by tight controls by a physician, I don't know if I oppose that. If someone's dying of cancer, and that's going to help that person, I don't know if I'm strictly opposed to medical marijuana you're probably talking about. If it can help the dying patient, but it has to be dispensed by a doctor, just like codeine and other drugs. Doctors dispense other drugs. But I don't know if the marijuana really has a benefit to the dying people. You hear pros and cons on it. Tough questions, right?
What do you say? I mean, to then the whole argument of prohibition, where we tried the prohibition of alcohol and it didn't work. Basically, when we did the prohibition of alcohol, it created black market, it created crime, and they finally gave up on it. A lot of people argue that the drug war is the same thing. It's a modern day prohibition.
That's a cop-out. It's a little different using methamphetamine and cocaine than having a glass of wine with your spaghetti and meatballs. Big difference.
Well, what about the fact that 11,000 people die every year from all illegal drugs combined, and from cigarettes and alcohol, it's almost 500,000.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Should we throw in 11,000 too? We should save everybody's life if we can. I wouldn't want my doctor operating on me high on coke. I don't think these guys would too. I don't think I'd want them driving a car. It's bad enough with the liquor. A lot of these guys are here for DUIs. They're here for driving drunk. So now we're going to build up more tent cities for driving under the influence of drugs? Doesn't make sense.
Well, here in this jail, how many people are here awaiting trial, and how many here have actually been found?
All these people in tents are convicted. I got 7,000 innocent
They
people.
won't give me my medication though, because I'm on a class 2 drug and I'm mentally not all there.
Well, what's he asking? You asking him the question or me? Did you twitch that around? Everybody here is convicted. Got 7,000 innocent people. Innocent. You know, when I go to the other jails, I haven't had one guy said they're guilty. So we got 7,000 innocent until they're proven guilty, which I'm sure 99.9% will be. These guys are doing their time, up to a year in jail. Put them in the hot tent city. You're lucky it's not August, because this is a cool day. But wait, if they're gonna, any of you guys gonna be here in a couple of months? August. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now. It's like I said last year, I came to the tents, it was 130 degrees, and I told them all to shut their mouth. I'm gonna tell you to shut your mouth now, in case you say this 2 months ago. Advance, shut your mouth, is our men and women are now in Iraq and Afghanistan living in these hot tents, and they haven't committed crimes. So you, when August comes around, it's 130, you think of our GIs overseas and don't complain.
My brother leaves for Iraq in 2 months.
I was a carpenter in this valley for 30 years.
Your brother's in Iraq?
He's in the Navy. He'll leave in
Well, he's in the Navy, he's on a ship, but if he was, I think he would love a tent.
Airborne infantry.
Yeah, he'll be shipboard, but
You who is?
he's still
I
going to fight
was.
the war.
You were in the Army?
Yes, sir.
Were you in the tents?
Yes, sir.
What are you complaining about?
Because it was still a hell of a lot better there than it is here.
Oh, that's a great compliment to me. Where were you in the tents? In Fort Dix? Were you overseas? Yeah, where were you?
Overseas. I was stationed for 1st and 505.
Where were you overseas?
Where was I?
Yeah.
I was 30 miles north of Baghdad.
And you live better in Baghdad than you do here?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Were
We had better supplies. We had better people. Better clothing, better wear, everything.
That's not what I hear. What were you in? The quartermaster?
I was in the airborne infantry, sir.
And you live better? These tents are worse than the ones in Baghdad? These are Korean War tents. These are Korean War
They are,
tents.
sir.
And you're complaining.
Sir, I just want to ask you why people that are on class 2 drugs can't have their medication for their
I don't know about your medication. Go see your doctor or something.
I've been seeing the same doctor for 40 years in the valley.
What lessons should the world take from seeing this place?
What place? What's wrong with tent city?
Well,
It's
no,
great.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, the message is you do the crime, you're going to do the time, and it's not going to be nice. Very simple. Very simple. And I'll tell you another thing. These convicted people should be punished. I'm the only politician, if you want to call me that will tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. They should be punished, and I hope that they're being punished on 12-cent meals. You guys like the food? Do we have a, what is this? This is what we don't have 3 meals a day. Where's that guy that weighs 600 pounds here? I just saw a guy, 600 pounds.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Where is, hey, come here.
There he is.
Look at this guy. Now, let me tell you something. We don't have 3 meals a day. This is brunch. Brunch. Open it up, will you? Brunch. What is it? Now this isn't bad. Probably donated. We only have donated. What year did it expire? It looks like 20 years ago it expired. Hold that. This is bread. We bake our own bread. We bake our own bread. And then we usually have bologna, or green bologna. Sometimes it's green. See what it is today. Yeah, it is a little green.
Brown bags of
Yeah, you see that?
Would you eat it, Joe?
Hey, I'm on a diet. And we pick this. We go out and pick this stuff. This is their brunch.
Hey, Sheriff Joe.
Hey, let me finish. I'm the cook here. I thought I took away the mustard.
No, I like.
No, I took away the ketchup and the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Now this is nice. This is a what do you call that? Granola?
Granola chewy.
How old is it? Let me see. Where's the expiration date?
It's on the back of the tongue.
Where?
It should be on the back of the tongue.
The tongue?
Yeah, the flap.
The back of the flap.
See where it is. What do you guys look at the expiration date all the time? Now that's 1 meal. That's 12 cents, okay? Now tonight they'll have a hot meal, depending on the donation. When is it? Look at this guy. The what? What visits?
So, do the people that haven't been found guilty yet, do they have better food?
I'm an equal. I don't have a first and second class airline. Everybody eats the same. So there's no difference. Everybody eats the same whether they're not guilty or guilty. What do you think? I'm going to have a first class meal for the not guilty and a second class for the guilty? That's ridiculous. Everybody, I'm an equal opportunity incarcerator around here. Everybody's treated equally.
Let's change the subject back into drugs. And what are your opinions about drugs like mushrooms and ecstasy?
I love mushrooms. Why, am I violating the law eating mushrooms?
Hallucinogenic.
What the? Not good for you.
What about ecstasy? Is ecstasy
Bad for you.
Is it big? Is it
Big problem here? Right now the problem seems to be methamphetamine in this county, and now heroin is creeping back to our young people. Our young people, high school, starting to use heroin. That's bad. These guys know it.
I wonder if you'd heard the news story that they're giving some of the Gulf War vets ecstasy that are coming back that have been traumatized.
Never heard of that. I don't believe that. Where do you come up with these stupid questions?
Do I have your permission to use this for a documentary about the drug war?
Is it a documentary on Tent City or the drug war? What is
Drug
it?
war.
Well, what's Tent City got to do with it?
Just wanted a background of prison.
This isn't a prison. This is a jail. The prisons are the country clubs. That's where some of these guys could end up. And I'm sure some. Anybody been to the Department of Corrections? Which one you like better? Here, the jails, or the state prison? What? See? These guys plead guilty quick so they can get to prison. You understand? To get out of here.
So what do you say to the critics, like the mad mothers against Joe and other people that claim that human rights violations are
It's all garbage. We run a very humane system. I've had 1.4 million people come through the jail since I've been the sheriff. Where's all the problems?
Then go back to, I mean, once again, this is kind of a broad question then. Relate the drug war back to everything you do in your philosophy about law enforcement, and where do you see it all going, and what do you think we'll ever get accomplished?
Well, you see, I just, now I equate something else. We have a big problem at the border, illegal immigration. They're coming over here by the tons, actually to cut palm trees and work in restaurants to make money to send back to their loved ones. But I supported a bill that was just passed where now I have the authority to lock up smugglers of people. Before it was strictly a federal thing. Now I have that authority. In 2 months I'm going to take full advantage. So I look at it the same way. I'm not out here to lock up the guys that are trying to cut palm trees. I'm here to lock up those that bring these guys in, the smugglers. Same way with drugs. I'm not out here to lock up the users. I want to get the smugglers. That's why I spent 12 years overseas fighting the international, trying to keep it from coming into the United States.
About it. I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about what the drug war is?
It's not a war. If it was a war, we would solve the problem.
So why do they call it a war?
Everything's a war. War on drugs, war on cigarettes, war on baloney, war. Everything's a war.
Then what should they call it?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think it should be war. I would call it a problem that we have in the United States and all over foreign countries. And I warned these foreign countries when I was in Turkey and Mexico, you better start worrying about your own people, that you're going to see an increase in drug use. Sure enough, in Europe, big drug problem. They're a little late, but big drug problem. All over the world, we're facing this drug problem. It's just not the people in the United States. But I'm very, very optimistic about our drug prevention program. I said it. We've graduated 2,000 men and women, and only 15% have come back. When we open up the 2 new jails next month, I'm going to increase our drug prevention education program because I'm sure a lot of these guys would have liked to come through, but we don't have enough room or teachers. And that's been very successful in our jail system.
Once again, do I have your permission to use this for a documentary about
As long as it's not X-rated.
Okay. All right, that's it.
That's what I'm told them. That's the Alpha program. Okay, you guys mind being on whatever this is? I don't know. Don't worry, they're probably never going to sell it anyway, but that's all right.
What's this for?
It's a documentary on drugs out of Texas. Hey, it might make HBO. It might make the Independent IFC, right? You gonna try IFC?
I have a lot of backing.
Huh?
I have a lot of people buying it.
Good.
The only way you're gonna sell this because you got me on it. You know that, don't you?
I'm sure.
You're not going to sell it because of the ex-governor of New Mexico, who's a has-been, or McCaffrey. All these guys are a has-been. Why are you wasting your time talking to has-beens? I'm still here. I'm still around. You thought I was bashful, huh? Huh? What?
I didn't think that.
He's loving this.
Hey, I do this in my sleep. I'll be the biggest producer if I ever leave this office, which, by the way, I'm not leaving.
Hey, what do you think of Alex Jones?
Who's that?
Alex Jones, have you done his radio show before?
Who's Alex Jones? Never heard of
Alex
him.
Jones?
I've done Rush and Hannery. Who's Alex Jones?
I think you've done his radio show before.
Alex Jones? Oh.
No?
You want to talk to the women?
American Drug War.
You want to talk to the women? Huh?
Sure, yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's go see the women. I got to show you the vacancy sign.
Right over there.
What are you there? Every minute, all you talk about medication.
Because they don't give it to me, sir.
Lay down.
But, hey, I'm glad to meet you.
Can I ask you this question?
What do you want? Medicine? Like, I can't sign all of it.
I just got one question. One question for you.
You see, I go after those that sell cigarettes to the kids. You want to talk about the drugs? That's good. Everybody that sells cigarettes, we lock up or get. You see that? Joe Camel. I got rid of that Joe Camel. So I go after those that sell cigarettes to our young kids because there's been history. You start at cigarettes, you graduate to drugs.
Thank you, sir.
We're not kids. How come we can't have cigarettes?
No cigarettes. Not good for you. Not good for you. Destroy you guys.
Oh, shit. Some of us
You get cancer of lung and everything.
Some of us are past that.
What's
We don't
this?
care about that one, eh?
Pea gravel instead of big gravel that they're restored at your vacancy sign.
You guys mind if this is pink?
Oh, go
The gravel? Huh?
Did you show me your pink cups yet?
Yeah, wait some more good tax money. Paint the fucking rocks.
How old are you?
20.
What are you here for?
Come around that way. Huh?
Oh, drug.
Okay. Come around that way.
How much did you sell?
I ain't sell nothing.
What?
I ain't sell nothing.
What do you mean you didn't sell anything?
I ain't sell
That's what you're
nothing.
charged with.
I got marijuana charge and then one marijuana charge and a meth charge.
Our visit's been canceled for the last 2 days.
What?
Our visits?
Have been canceled?
Yeah, no visits for the last 2 days. And the last computer system's been down.
The computer system. I hate computers.
Okay, all right.
Everything is always the computers. A computer. You cancel just because of the computer?
Yeah, because they couldn't sign it. They
We
couldn't.
getting it fixed?
Yeah, they're fixing it right now, sir.
The computers are being repaired. You guys ought to have your visits soon, real quick. Computer.
You're not going to show them our house?
Oh, these guys, you want to see a tent, and we'll go show them the women's tent.
Hey, Joe, I
Yeah.
got a question for us. Are you going to make a new postcard pretty soon or what?
Yeah, what do you want on it?
Vacancy sign.
Dope peddler?
No, your vacancy sign.
It is on
So
it.
you're not going to make no new ones?
Oh, no, just tell me.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I gotta go. Getting warm out here. Hey! How old are you?
Almost 66.
You're the oldest guy we have in here, right?
Yep.
Of course, when I sleep here, I've slept here twice, you know. I checked in voluntarily. But you're 66? You doing all right? I'm 8 years older than you are. You think I can survive? Huh?
You know?
What are you in here for?
Probation violation.
Come on, what's the original charge?
Aggravated assault.
What?
Aggravated assault.
Who'd you wipe out?
Well, somebody tried to rob me.
What?
Somebody that tried to rob me.
And you hit him?
Yeah.
Why are you in jail?
It's a good question.
You're guilty. Everybody has their stories, you know that?
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Call the radio station home the other day and tell them how you feel.
No, I don't waste my time on the radio. Oh, you mean what was that on April Fool?
Yeah,
Yeah. What,
X.
yeah, they wanted me to say something. What did I say?
you said something about how what he said. Something about
Oh yeah. You listen to the radio? I thought we didn't have radios here.
Sure. $31 for a dollar radio.
Gotta make a profit. Just keep up with me. For you, I'll sign it because you got medical problems.
I do. I have mental problems, and I just
Mental or medical?
Mental.
Oh, I thought it was medical.
No, mental problems.
Mental. What are you doing here? This isn't a psycho ward.
I should. Well, I should be in the psycho ward, but thank you.
I got 300 in the psycho ward. You know that? We shouldn't have you guys in
I'm so
jail.
respectful. My best friend is a DO. You
Have a good day.
Really?
God bless you, sir.
Thanks. Pray for the Pope.
I've been here after a 26-year marriage. I broke the restraining order 3 times. I just want to know how my grandkids this war online.
There's a vacancy sign, on and off. Been going for 8 years, 24 hours a day. See the tower right underneath it? See the vacancy?
Barely, yeah.
Well, there it is. Vacancy. You can't see that?
No, I don't see what you're talking about. Oh, okay, I see it.
See
now,
the
I see
black?
it now. Yeah. I see
On,
it.
off, on, off.
Hey,
Come back at sundown.
can you zoom in on that vacancy sign underneath the tower? Get a good still shot of that? You can put the folder in the background.
Hey, get us in the video.
I thought we're supposed to have the flags at half-mast because of the Pope.
Not that I'm aware of, certainly on photos.
I haven't seen any yet.
President
I don't think well,
said
the
all
president said it,
government,
but that was for federal government.
not for local.
120 out here.
What is it? Well, yeah, you're right. You mean 130, not 120. 130. Howard Stern. What kind of a public relations guy are you? I was supposed to have been on Howard Stern.
I haven't heard about how it's coming first.
No, you mentioned the vacancy. These guys heard it. Well, they did. I don't think they're lying, right? Everybody decent? Everybody decent? Can I go through here? 7 years ago, put women in the tents. Equal opportunity. They're on the female chain gang, the only one in the world. You didn't talk about the chain gangs.
We already went out and filmed them.
You did?
Yeah, spent the whole morning with them.
Where? Cemetery?
I don't know, I don't remember the names of the location.
You want to go through here?
Sure. Anthony, you ready? Roll.
All right, ladies, the sheriff is here. How many guys, how many of you have been through our drug prevention program? Wrong 10. How many are here for drugs? Just one? What are you here for?
I'm here for
Drug.
suspended license.
Geez, don't have many drug users here. They probably all use drugs, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You didn't get caught.
No.
Drugs?
Nope.
Drugs? What? Prostitution. Drugs?
No.
Drugs?
You're in the wrong tent. We're more of a drug tent.
Yeah, here.
Sure. Let me clear. Hey, it's not.
Rolling the whole time.
A little warm in here?
A little bit.
Wait till August.
You won't be here.
Huh?
I won't be here.
How many have a drug problem in this tent? You? 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 Do what?
If you would ask you if you would sign my big book.
Sign your what?
My big book.
What's a big book?
It's for AA.
Where is it?
I work in your kennels too. I work in kennels.
She takes care of our dogs.
And I hope to do
saw you
my
guys
community
earlier on
service there as well.
You see these dogs? She takes care of these dogs in the jail. By the way, this is air conditioned. You know that.
Yes.
They live better there than you do
Yes, I
here.
know.
You got any problem with that?
No, I love working there.
Huh?
I love working there. And no, I don't.
Let me sign this.
Please.
Take care of the dogs and
And
cats.
the cats. I love the cats.
This is good therapy for them. Learn how to take care of the animals. See what she's saying? You gonna get a job after?
I plan on getting a job there, and I plan on trying to do my community service there as well.
Good.
I'm a chain gang trustee. Would you sign my chain
Your
gang?
chain gang?
Yes, sir.
Were you on a chain gang?
Yes. I
Did you
was.
graduate?
Yes, I
Do you
did.
have your certificate?
I had to send it home because
Anybody have the chain gang certificate? Did I? Let me see it.
I have to go up to the lockers, okay?
Where is it?
Sir.
she's over here.
I'm right here behind you, sir.
Okay. Let me see it.
Just go to our lockers, sir.
Every time these gals finish the chain gang, I sign every one of them. I give them a diploma.
She's going to get it, sir.
Where's she going?
To her locker.
She's not in this.
Keep them on our bed
She's in
because
her-
we
it's
don't
in her
want them to
locker.
get stolen.
What would you do with mine? Yours?
I sent it home.
You know, I sign every one.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yes, it
It's
is.
not a stamped signature.
No, I saw it through the paper.
Sign every one. If they're good enough to get through these programs, at least the sheriff can sign individually. Most politicians, they got a stamp. You never get a signature. I'm different. Come on in. Why, are you afraid to come in here?
No, I live here.
What?
I live in the house too.
You work at the kennels?
Yeah, we're the cats.
This is the kennels tent, mostly the kennels.
Oh, really?
Kennels and chain gang.
You guys been on a chain gang? Where is
She's
it?
actually the other chain gang trustee. She just started being the trustee a couple days ago.
A lot of paperwork. Was they suing me with all that paperwork? Okay, this is the achievement I give them. Maricopa County Last Chance Chain Gang. You just notice that I sign every one of these. So after 30 days on a chain gang, what are you going to do with this?
I'm gonna take it home and frame it.
Frame it? Are you going to put it in the bathroom or what? What?
No, I'm gonna give it to my kids.
That's worth a lot of money when I die, you know that. Huh?
Yeah. I'll just save it though.
You're hoping I die? Who said that? Huh?
Oh, I just said I hope it will be worth money.
What?
Joke.
You want to get rid of the sheriff, huh? Alcohol, right? Bad drug.
All of it.
Do you use do you consider alcohol a drug?
Yes.
Oh.
As with nicotine and
So do you believe in drinking?
no. Not
How
anymore.
about using drugs?
No.
You see any difference?
Yes.
What's the difference?
It's a better way of life.
No, drugs or
Drugs and
alcohol?
alcohol. Oh,
You mean drugs is better than alcohol?
No. It's all
Bad.
It's all bad.
You see that?
Mind altering.
You think we should ever legalize alcohol? It is legalized. Should we ever legalize drugs?
No. No, that's a burden.
Why wouldn't you want drugs to be legalized?
For the sake.
Live in poverty.
Right. It would just be
No,
worse than it is.
no, we don't want a bunch of zombies
Right, running our country.
running our country. Of course, some presidents say they use it, they just didn't inhale, but that's all right.
Take care of our next generation.
And I'll tell you one thing: drugs will ruin ruin your life. You can't get a job.
Oh, that one was mine.
I got it covered.
Sheriff Arpaio.
Could I
see
your
pen, sir?
This for me, please.
Oh, you got one of the puppies on it, huh?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I want one side too.
You work with the dogs?
Yeah, I work with the dogs.
Yeah, I'm not from here, and they like your post.
Where are you from?
In Tennessee.
You're from Nashville?
Yes.
They know me in Nashville?
Yes, very
know you
well.
everywhere,
Very
Sheriff
well.
Arpaio.
You're
Do they know me in Mars?
They know you in New York, where my mother lives.
Even in Australia.
That's right.
Can't go anywhere without them.
I was just on the Australia show last week.
I'm in kennels too.
I wish I had a postcard, you guys, because I'm in kennels too.
Why didn't someone give her a postcard?
Anybody got another?
And I'll sign it.
Thank you.
Which one? You got to take the
That
dogs?
one's perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
I spent my
Here's
first
one
night
more.
there the
I'm
other
sure
night,
we'll
and it
find
was
somebody to
awesome.
give it to.
Oh, you got one?
Thank you.
All right, gals.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck. Don't come back.
I want one too, you cured me. It's definitely.
You like the food?
Actually, it's better.
Oh, yeah. It's better. It keeps
Oh, because you're.
real trim and slim.
You know what it costs to feed the dogs?
Gain weight if you eat just what they give you.
You know what it costs to feed the dogs? Do you guys take care? $1 a day. You know what it costs you? 30 cents a day.
I was gonna say 20.
30 cents a day. Feed the. Well, it depends. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 28, but the dogs get the great food. You know that. You guys work with the dog.
That's for sure.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta go. Yeah.
Their file. Can I get you to sign too?
Yeah. All right, thanks. Where we going? Shortcut?
Back around. I want to go to the land. Roll up so much.
Okay, yeah.
Here, sure.
You got a pipe? I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Do you want to go back to Australia? Right here, sure. Are we done? Why don't you step out of water?
Can I ask one more question on our way out?
Okay.
A lot of critics of the drug war would say that there's a lot of profit to be made in running prisons, and that the drug war is like a tool used to fill prisons. The way that the laws are been applied, based more towards profiting than it is towards like.
Well, if you didn't have drugs, if you legalize it, we'd have more people in jail because everybody high on drugs will be killing people and everything else. So we're not going to lose any customers either way.
That's good.
We're so short of law enforcement, I'm sure that we would find a job for law enforcement if they're not all going after drugs, and they're not. We have murders and everything else out there. It's because of the drugs. They're high on drugs. Most of the cops that are shot by people high on methamphetamine. I can tell you right, 80% of the cops shot in this area were shot because people are high on drugs. So we want to give drugs to everybody. Let them all shoot the cops. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. So these people that say let's legalize it, they just want to get their name in the paper or on TV. It's never going to happen. And I have no respect for these people that want to legalize the drug, especially politicians that don't even know what they're talking about. Let them go on the street and do some police work.
Sheriff.
Hi, Sheriff.
How you doing? People ruin my reputation in this jail. They used to give me the finger. Now they want my autograph. What class is this? What class is this?
Now.
Now? What's now stand for?
New opportunity for women.
Anybody been through our drug prevention program, Alpha?
No,
You been through it?
but I want to go to it.
Huh? You use drugs?
Yes.
You use drugs?
Yes, I did.
Are you happy with this? You've been through Alpha?
Alpha was a good program.
Are you going to come back?
No, I came back on a dog at large warrant.
On a what?
On a dog at large warrant. I'm not.
Dog at large?
Yeah.
What were you, a dog at large?
I violated probation after 3.5 years of doing Alpha.
Did you get back on drugs?
Nope.
Did you get back on drugs? And you went through Alpha and you got back on drugs? Shame on you.
I relapsed.
Why are we wasting the opportunities? You don't get testy with the sheriff. You better learn that right off the bat. Anyway, I want to congratulate you for going through our course and not coming back. Even though she came back, all this evolves around drugs. Have you used drugs in the last 3 years?
No.
You want to take a lie detector test?
Yep.
You'll pass it?
Sure will.
Okay.
I sure will too.
You use drugs?
No, I sell them. That's why
What?
I'm in here. No, I sold them. That's why I'm in here.
You sold drugs?
Yeah.
You never use it? You just sell it?
Yeah.
To make a profit? To make money?
just get money.
At least you're honest about it, okay? I got to give you credit. This is a good course, if they're willing to be honest. So you just sold it for, you never used drugs? You just sell it?
Yeah. I think it was my medicine, to tell you the truth, because I was on medication then.
What are you here for?
The grand jury picked up a drug charge that I had last year.
We on Channel 10 News.
They don't care. You what?
The grand jury picked up this charge from last year.
Yeah.
They terminated in court, but they picked it back up in December. But I go
Well,
home Sunday.
you know, you don't have to go through this if I don't want you to go through this. You know that? I decide whether you have any education, rehabilitation. I'm surprised you guys are unsentenced. Oh, you haven't been convicted yet? They're convicted.
And I'm sentenced. DLC.
You're going to DOC? Oh, that doesn't surprise me. How many years?
Here.
Just a year? Did you plead guilty? You know why you pled guilty? You want to get out of here quick to get up to that country club.
I'm here for prostitution. I'm not proud of it.
Where'd you get busted? Van Buren?
Yes.
I used to send my posse down there. Did I lock you up 6 years ago?
No, I wasn't here 6 years ago.
Well,
I took a picture with you off Van Buren, though.
you took a picture with me?
Yeah.
Why would you take a picture with me?
Because it was the teen chain gang.
The team? What were you doing there with the kids on the chain
No, I
gang?
was just walking past.
And you took a picture with me?
Yes, sir.
Posing as what? An upright citizen?
Yes.
See, you never know when you get your picture taken.
Could y'all please film our teacher for being so kind? Teach us things that we learned.
This is Texas. I don't know. There's no channel. No channel. They're just doing a little story.
Okay, well then I
On the
guess
drugs. Anybody got anything to say about the drugs? The story is about drugs,
They're not good.
how it's ruining our country.
It shows in the system. Because if you be on them, they'll make you lose everything that you have.
you'll end up in here.
It's that demonic force. And Satan, they got us, it make us want more and more and more. So we have to have a willing mind so we won't do it no more.
I did the.
Yep.
All right, can I ask you guys, I spent 30 years with the, you know what DEA stands for?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a wonder that you guys know. I spent 30 years with DEA all over the world, okay? I want to ask you a question. Where are you going? Where's she going?
She doesn't want a picture taken. That's okay.
Okay, I want to ask you, honest, please. No lies. Do you think we should legalize drugs or still do what we do?
No, marijuana should be legalized.
Okay, what a,
People with, people that have asthma.
I don't
I have
think any
cancer.
drug should be legalized because once you smoke marijuana, it leads to something else. Actually,
That's if you let it.
that is true.
I don't feel like you should legalize drugs, because if I could go back to 85, to a whole different direction.
Can I say something, Sheriff?
I didn't lost my kids
In
behind
2000
Hold it. She has to talk. She graduated.
2002, I got busted with 9 meth labs here in the state of
9?
9.
9
Looked at 19 charges, walked in here, and went to Alpha, and walked out of here, and it's been clean and sober ever since. Have not touched it. Do not have the desire to touch it. I got a dog at large warrant. Violated my probation. 3 months to being off on a dog at large warrant. I have to do 44 days, then I get to go out of here. So that's why I'm here.
You know, a lot of these meth labs have kids in them. Any kids in the 9 labs? Did you have little children in there? Well, we arrested 3 labs in the last week with little kids. That destroys our kids. You know that? Huh?
It destroys us as humans. It destroys us as humans.
Destroys our children because they all these labs. They have the kids in there.
Yeah. Yep, it destroys your grandparents and everybody. Anybody that used it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you another thing. Heroin. Do you all know what heroin is?
I never did that.
Anybody use heroin?
No.
Do you know? Here's the problem. Everybody thinks the heroin is in the bad neighborhoods, you know, your neighborhood, Van Buren Street, that they use heroin. Do you know that we just arrested 14 Mexican dope peddlers that went to Scottsdale that sell heroin to our young kids? They have the cell phones, the money, the Mercedes. So when they say that the drugs are always in the poor neighborhoods, that's garbage. There's more drugs in our good neighborhood. Now, you sold dope.
Yep.
Did you ever do some good? Or you get poor people? Poor people don't have money.
It's like
Huh?
in the middle. It's not no poor, it's not no
matter
in the
what
middle. It's just you come up with the money, we give it to you, we give you supply.
No matter how much drugs you sell or anything, it's still gonna lead to.
Do you ever sell to any kids?
Huh?
Do you ever sell to any kids?
I don't
How do you know? You don't ask for the ID.
I can tell which ones is kids and which ones ain't. I don't care if you're looking raggedy.
I just happen to be passing. Hey, listen, thank you. Very educational in here. Boy or girl?
Girl.
You gonna have the baby, or you gonna?
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
You're keeping it? Good. The reason I asked that question, because I am being sued by the Civil Liberties Union. Big time lawsuit. I refuse to take a female that is pregnant to an abortion clinic, wait for them to have the abortion, and bring them back. I am not going to do it. I'm going to take this case to the Supreme Court. If she says right now, I asked her the question, if she says, I want to volunteer, I want an abortion, elective surgery, expect me to take her to a clinic and wait for the abortion and bring her back here, not going to happen. So I'm being sued on that. I get sued when I go to the toilet. You're asking about all the lawsuits I got. Yeah, I've been sued. When I took their porno away, their hustler, they sued me. When I took away their coffee, they sued me. But you know what? I don't care, because I'm going to do what I feel is right. Lawsuits or no lawsuits. Are we ever going to get back to the parking lot? I'm trying to get back to the car. Huh? That's not our alpha program. It's too bad, but that's okay. You had a couple in there. Well, what's graduating? The alpha? Where's that at? The other building?
They're switching.
Oh.
Sunday night.
How long you been on?
3 years.
3 years? You take the sergeant's test?
Thursday morning at 9.
Good. Make sure you pass it. We hire 1,000 officers we have to hire. 1,000 to open up the 2 new jails. We've got people from Iraq. I did away with their citizen. They don't have to be a U.S. citizen. Green card. So we have 31 countries represented in our offices. 31. See all the pink underwear and everything? Coming or going?
What do you think would ever happen to like help cut down on the number of people in prison around the world?
Keep them in longer. When they're in jail or prison, they can't. The reason we reduce crime 25% according to FBI statistics is very simple. We have people in jail for a longer time. Very, very simple. You want this?
Yeah.
You didn't get what you wanted from me, huh?
Yeah, I did.
No, you wanted me to say legalize it and all that crap.
Are you kidding me? You really thought I thought I was...
Yeah.
You thought I thought you were going to say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted the toughest sheriff in the universe say legalize drugs. Then you would have been on HBO. Huh? Oh, you got what you wanted? You got some extra, too.
I got what I wanted. It was great,
You
man.
got a bologna
You're
sandwich?
great. No, you're great, man. You're a classic.
I don't. This isn't. What do you call it? This is not planned. You know,
Oh, I know that.
I'm glad I saw that classroom. I thought that may have been the alpha.
You know how to improvise, man. You're
Huh?
great. You're great. You're an improver.
What?
You're an improv.
I've been
king.
on improv.
Yeah? I work with a lot of comedians.
Oh, do
That's
you?
my main thing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I produce a lot of comedians.
They just called me. They want to do reality. What's the?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the one I've been on locally. But they want me. I got all these people want to do reality shows. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
ABC. Everybody wants A&E, but nothing ever happens. I'm so tired.
Yeah. You gotta get the right management.
Where's the car?
All right. Kevin? Thanks a lot.
You
Thank
gonna
you.
send me a
All right,
copy?
sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's shit. You're not gonna send me a copy. Where's your grand opening? Texas?
Most likely in Los Angeles and
You ought to have it here, my buddy Harkins Theater.
okay.
But anyway.
Sure. We have one for my manager.
Read that. I give that to the kids.
Okay.
Stay away from drugs. You see this? Keep me posted.
All right. I will.
Everybody taking care of you?
Yeah.
This morning with the chain gang?
That was great. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. That's great. No, it's gone very well. It's
I
gone
love
really
San
well.
Antonio. Love
Yeah.
San Antonio. My daughter was born there.
Have a ranch, you know where Fredericksburg is? Have a ranch there.
You know? I used to go to Johnson Ranch with the president.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the guy that closed up Operation Intercept in 1969. G. Gordon Liddy and I did the preliminary thing there under Nixon. We closed that Mexican-U.S. border on the drug issue. We only got one marijuana cigarette. You see?
Wait till we take the mic off to say that.
You never asked me about it. You never asked about my federal career. I had to tell you. Hey.
All right.
Hey, good
Can I
luck.
get that? Can I get that one in there? You have
Just
one
get it
second?
out.
Okay. Let me just. I'll just use the shotgun. Okay, tell me about the 1969.
you know, right now you have the Minutemen. Everybody says put a wall up at the Mexican-U.S. border. I remember when I was with the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration, 1969, under President Nixon and the Attorney General Mitchell. I started the operation. I was the field director for that border, 2,000 square miles from Brownsville to California border. We closed that border in a sense. It backed up cars all the way to Mexico City. It caused a big international problem, diplomatic, economy, everything else. And then I became the regional director right after that. And boy, it really tough dealing with the president and the attorney general when I lived in Mexico City to get them back on our side. So it was a big international program. On the other hand, we still have drugs coming over. I had offices in Argentina, Bogota. They're still using the same smuggling routes today than they did in the early 70s. Nothing has changed. Still the same type of trafficking and everything else. So I don't know how to solve this problem. I think it's a very serious problem. But let's not blame Mexico for everything, because we have drugs manufactured right here in Maricopa County, Arizona. I'm talking about methamphetamine labs. It's always easy to blame another country for our ills. It's very simple to do that. On the other hand, if we can reduce the use, the addiction, the dope peddlers won't have anybody to sell to. It's a two-prong attack, the user and the supplier.
Thanks a lot, sir. All right. Good luck on your company. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Wish you luck on the show.
It's going to be great. It's been 2 years now, right?
You've been 2 years you've been working on it? And you saved the best for last?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah.
The best for last.
There's some other big names in this. I'm not telling you right now.
No one's gonna talk like I talk. And another thing, nobody has the background that I have. And nobody has the inmate. So you gotta scoop.
I appreciate it.
Say hello to those other people.
Okay.
See ya.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.
Starting around.
Anything else you guys need?
I think we're good.
Are you going anywhere else in the system? Or are you done? I mean, it's a little different when the sheriff's here when it's not here. You know,
I
so.
understand. I understand.
So my captain just said that I'm attached to you until you are done with me.
Let us talk for 1 second, okay?
Most
Figure out what we're
definitely.
gonna do.